Match reaction for Arsenal 5, Nottingham Forest 0. It was about time that we were ruthless against these sort of opponents. No discard to Nottingham Forest, but they are bottom of the Premier League. And as expected, we came out 5-0 victors at the Emirates Stadium. First clean sheet, I believe, at the Emirates Stadium so far this season. So that is good to know. I can't actually remember the goal scorers. Of course, I know Nelson scored a brace. Martinelli scored. Ødegaard scored the 5th. Who else scored? Oh my God. You guys might have to remind me in the comment section. Who else scored? Oh, Partey. There we go. Scored a screamer from 20 yards out. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant strike from him. And yeah, we totally deserve the 3 points after, I'm not going to lie, a few rocky results recently. I'm not going to lie, after the Leeds-Southampton game, you know, we've seen the second half against both teams not at our standards, our usual standards, should I say. You know, Leeds, we got battered, rode our luck. Southampton, we conceded, and it was just not a great performance in that second half. And then in this game, we went 1-0 up, going into half-time. And yeah, it was a good half, but I was still sort of bricking it that we were going to somewhat collapse, which isn't, you know, frequent with us in the second half. Usually we are so good in the second half. That's why we are usually called second half FC. We usually perform so poor in the first half, but perform really well in the second. This season, it's kind of switched around, hasn't it? It's completely opposite. This game, yeah, forget that. That was a 5-star performance in that second half. Nelson scoring a brace. I cannot be more prouder. This guy, I mean, he has been off the block in previous seasons. You know, getting sent out on loan to Hoffenheim and Feyenoord. And to be fair, he had some good spells at Feyenoord. Reached the final of the Conference League. I know it was only Conference League, but it's a final at the end of the day. And he's come back. First appearance this season, coming off the bench for Saka. And in the space of 8 minutes, he has more or the same amount of goal contributions than Jadon Sancho. And don't forget, this was actually a comparison when Nelson was playing in the Bundesliga. Don't forget, Sancho, of course, played at Dortmund in the Bundesliga, and Nelson played at Hoffenheim. So this was actually a comparison. It's not that we've not seen this before. Also, Nelson, in the space of 1 game, has scored more goals than Richarlison. So yeah, fantastic statistic. And let's just leave it as that. Oh my God. But yeah, big up Reiss Nelson, and we do need competition for Saka. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get carried away because it is Nottingham Forest. You know, saying Reiss Nelson is this fantastic right wing. He's now going to hit the ground running. It's only Nottingham Forest. I mean, if he carries on that consistency for 7 or 8 games, then he's more than welcome to stay at this football club. But at the moment, I'm not going to get too carried away. It is only 1 game, but great start for Reiss Nelson. Absolutely brilliant. Ben White. If Reiss Nelson did not bag a brace today, Ben White would have been my man of the match. He was superb again. And again, no one is showing him any respect. I mean, if we didn't pay £50 million for this guy and he was playing the same way as he is right now, every pundit, everyone on social media will be naming him the best centre-back in the world. But because we paid £50 million for him, no one's really giving him any praise except Arsenal fans. I mean, he has been superb this season. Out of position as well. So, yeah, the amount of blocks that guy made, the one in the first half to bail Gabriel out, that was superb. That could have been a completely different game if he wasn't there. Just stood his ground. Every time the ball came to his feet, I was so confident he was not going to lose it. He was super. Saliba as well. I thought he was back to his best today. I thought in the last couple of games, it was a little bit shaky, a little bit wobbly. But today, back to the Saliba that we all know and love. Strong on the ball. Well, should I say, strong off the ball. Comfortable on the ball as well. Playing those neat passes. And, he defended really well. Gabriel, except from that pass in the first half, I thought he was superb as well. Didn't really have much to do, but he was really, really good. Tomiyasu at left back, superb today. Cannot fault him whatsoever. I thought we were going to play Tierney today. I mean, sources were coming out on Twitter that apparently Tierney and Tomiyasu were going to start today, and Ben White was going to be benched. But no, Tomiyasu started again at left back, and he was brilliant. And the thing that I actually realised throughout that game, Tomiyasu was actually drifting into midfield. So similar transition to Zinchenko. He usually drifts into midfield. Tierney's done it a few times, and now Tomiyasu. I mean, that experiment, fair play, it worked. But it's not going to work against Chelsea. So I would personally still go with Tierney at left back, but I can see Arteta sticking with Tomiyasu, if I'm being completely honest with you. Partey in the middle, again, that guy has been immense this season. By far his best season in an Arsenal shirt. That anchorman role, I've said it plenty of times already, suits him so well. Brilliant goal as well, into that top bins. I mean, that couldn't have been more top bins. I mean, that was a superb strike from outside the box. Great pass for the second goal, Reiss Nelson's goal. Yeah, so again, another superb performance from Thomas Partey. And again, we cannot lose this guy. You can clearly see the levels, Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga. Him on Thursday night, Lokonga I'm talking about, compared to Partey today. Yeah, Partey, hopefully, I'm praying he's another one. Just doesn't get injured. He is class. Ødegaard, brilliant goal. Another great finish. That is what happens when you shoot. Okay, you score goals. Great finish. Captain's performance. Yeah, did what he needed to do. I've already spoke about Nelson. Martinelli got his goal. He caused some problems. He caused havoc like he always does. Jesus didn't get his goal. 2 assists today. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, even when he's not scoring goals, he's still brilliant. I mean, we knew already that his work rate at Manchester City was second to none. And today, he was dropping deep, especially in that first half. He was playing as a number 6. He was playing as a centre-back half of the time. And, yeah, I love that about Jesus. He just needs that goal. Maybe those goals are pending next week against Chelsea. Who knows? Hopefully that happens. I would love Jesus to rub salt into Chelsea fans because obviously Chelsea were linked with Jesus this summer. So I'd love a goal against Chelsea. And of course, Aubameyang is returning against his former club. Jesus Christ, that is going to be interesting. But not going to bother thinking about it right now. All I'm thinking about is top of the league, today's result, and yeah, also possibly the build-up to that Chelsea game, who, by the way, got battered yesterday by Brighton, Graham Potter's former club. So hopefully those 5 goals have done us good. That was a nice warm-up to get us warmed up for that Chelsea game away at Stamford Bridge. And hopefully we go and destroy them as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching yet another match reaction. Nothing really much to say, except another superb performance. 5-star performance. And like I said, we move on to Chelsea next week. And then Brighton, in the League Cup. Actually, no, we've got Zurich in the Europa League before that Chelsea game. So, of course, I'll be covering that like I always do in these Arsenal reviews. I cover every single Arsenal match review. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. And, yeah, be on the watch for some more. So, please hit that subscribe button if you are new. As I'm recording this, I am 3 more away from 800. So, it'd be much appreciated if I could get there before, I would say, November. Well, even though we're pretty close to November, but let's try, all right? So 800 by the end of November. Can we do it? Let's find out. Also, 1K is my goal and something. And I can't speak. You know what? Just cut the outro. I'm out of here.